morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998. I still got plenty to work on. Now, today, I'm going to be working on limb independence, and I'm specifically working out of this book. It's called 50 Ways of Syncopation by Dom Moyle. Highly recommend it. It's a great book. Dom's also a great dude. Now, the way that I'm working on limb independence is largely based off of Gary Chester's books New Breed 1 and 2. But you can actually find some resources that kind of summarize what I'm doing to do that. I'll show you that in a second. In these live streams, I like to share what I'm practicing, how I'm practicing as somebody who's been drumming for a very long time, almost 3 decades now. In these timestamps, in all of these prior streams, there's just under 400 prior live streams. But you can find what I was working on in the timestamps, the chapters, as well as what I was talking about. Often, because I've been drumming for so long and because I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, people ask me questions about how to practice or how to teach, and I'll often edit those responses and put them into this drumming tips playlist. There's just under 100 videos inside of here that have got a lot of different topics about drumming and teaching that can help you with your performing and teaching. Now, the very first thing that I talk about in each one of these videos is the title, and then if it says "and other drumming tips," that means I talk about some other things. So maybe some other topics in there are more interesting for you than the title. Now, there are well over 2,000 play-alongs, as well as like over, I think, 14 hours of drumming tips on my home tab of YouTube. But if you see a video that says members first, there's like 460-ish of them. They're all scheduled to release for free. So you could sign up for membership for 99 cents, but I promise it's all coming out for free. So for example, this video comes out tomorrow for free. This one comes out the following Friday. And then there's a new play-along that releases every single day over the next like year and a half or so. So if you want the early access, cool, you can get it. 99 cents is the cheapest I can make it on YouTube, but otherwise, just wait. I promise, it'll come out. Now, I'm not good at limb independence yet, so I need some motivation from the great sage, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf helps me to get into a goofy mindset, to not take myself too seriously while streaming, as well as, you know, to motivate me to just do better. So we're going to hide Shia because of copyright, and we're going to summon him. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Wow, I'm so motivated now to practice limb independence. Thank you, Shia LaBeouf. That extra flex just really got me. I am super excited. Okay, so you need to just put this on your loop in your brain. It's helpful. It's my alarm clock, actually, and it's also what I listen to when I'm like working on the scripted content. I have it on constant loop. All jokes aside, I think it's fun. It gets me in a good mindset, especially because when I first started like doing these drum streams, I had like legitimate like just underneath panic attacks, like severe anxiety, because I was like, I've been playing for multiple decades, and then to practice publicly was something I had never done, and it was so weird. So like every mistake I made, I was like, oh no, they're gonna hear the mistake. You're right, Jared. They're going to hear the mistake, and it's going to forever live on the interwebs. Wah, wah. But doing the little Shia LaBeouf thing helps me out. Anyways, if you're on the vertical, the link right here, jaredleary.com/drum, this is where I'm at right now. So this is where we got 62 chop exercises, over 1,000 grid variations, limb independence. This is where I'm going to be focusing my efforts. The marching bass stuff, there's like just under 500 of that. There's all these drumline cadences. There's just under 400 technique exercises. And then here's where you can find the like 13 or 14 hours of drumming tips, as well as some of the scripted lessons, etc. Now, the section that I'm going to be working on is the limb independence section. And by the way, these are also on the home tab of YouTube. So if you don't want to like leave YouTube, you can totally stay there. It's just not as easy to organize as I can with like HTML and stuff on my website. Anyways, all right, so I'm going to be working on limb independence. Now, the way that I'm doing this, I mentioned, was out of Dom Moyle's book, 50 Ways of Syncopation. Now, what I'm going to do in these patterns, here's a very basic one. So if you're doing like jazz, ding, 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 cool. And then you might put like the hi-hat on 2 and 4, ding, ding, ding. Now a very basic pattern would be to like read through the charts on the snare drum. Etc. A slightly more complicated version would be, all right, I'm going to play all the 8th notes on the snare drum, and all of the longer notes, so like quarter notes and above, are going to be on the bass drum. So for example, etc. Okay? That makes it more melodic. So the patterns in Dom's book, there's 50 of them, they're kind of like that, but some of them are more complicated. So when I'm practicing, what I'm going to do is focus on patterns that I'm not good at yet. So for example, the one that I'm going to start off with as a warm-up is this one. So it's number 38, or 36. I can number. We're skipping all the ones in this chart in column A. This is the average of how they've sounded for all these other ones. We're skipping all the ones that are technically proficient and musical, and instead I'm focusing on the ones that sound meh or needs a lot of work. Why? Because I want to get better at these things. I don't want to just practice the stuff that I'm already good at. That would be a waste of my time. So refining things. Okay, so last time we did this at 165. So let's do it again at 165, and we'll see how it goes. So the pattern that I'm working on for this is a samba foot pattern. So boom, chick, Now normally when you're playing samba, whether it's like fast or slow or whatever, normally the ostinato, the thing that doesn't change for the cymbal pattern, will be on the right hand. So you might play like something like this, or something like that, etc. But in this instance, it actually puts the ostinato, the thing that doesn't change, on the left hand. So on 2 and 4, it's going to line up with the hi-hat on the foot. So while you read through the patterns with the right hand. So this is a little different, a little weird, if I'm being honest with you, which is why we're working on it. So we're practicing this. So we're going to do this at 165. So in the straight charts, it starts slow, and it goes all the way to fast. So since I'm in 165, I'm going to go here. There's also swung versions, but we're going to ignore that for now. Straight charts. In every one of these playlists, the second video is how to develop limb independence. So if you want a like step-by-step guide on how to do that, that's what I'd recommend watching. We're going to go ahead and ignore that because right now I'm just at one of the more advanced steps where I'm actually reading through these charts. So I'm going to go with, I think I was doing it in order, that one, that one, that one. So let's start with 16 through 20, sure. And I'm going to go to 165 using the timestamps in the description, and then I'm going to play along. Now this is a play along, so I hear the audio, but you do not on your end because there's like a slight sync delay, so I muted it on your end. Whoa. That's not the resolution we want. Don't worry, it's not your eyes. All right, let's try that again. All right, so 165. Pattern number 36. 1, 2, ready, and So reading all the charts on the snare drum. 1, 2, here we go. That was a hard one, not gonna lie. Difficult chart to read through. Every one of these charts is different. There's 55 of them. So if you don't like one of them, maybe you like one of the other ones. 2, ready, and... Why not have the right hand on the crash? Because this is how the pattern's going for this particular one. The right hand will be a crossover, then you'd have the left hand moving around the drum to be in the way. Most of them, can't talk while doing this. Most of them are the right hand ostinato. Not this one. Good question though. And this, by the way, is out of Don Moyle's book, 50 Ways to Syncopation. So we're following what he's recommending on it. He's the drum set professor for Arizona State University. He's a phenomenal drummer. 2, ready, and... Trying to get better so when you go up year 2 you can make the college line. Nice. Well, there's thousands of exercises on my YouTube channel home tab and links right here that can help you with that, as well as some tips and whatnot, but feel free to ask questions. That's fun. Other than when I was talking, it was mostly technically proficient. Boop. Hey, we graduated. Look. So column A takes like I forget if it's the average or if it's the mode, but of like all the times that I played through this. So we just graduated from this one. So next time when I warm up, I won't warm up with this one because I'm skipping the ones that sound pretty decent when going through it. So we made progress on it. Yay. All right, let's stretch and massage, and then we'll play another pattern. So the first stretch I'm going to do is going to stretch the sides of the forearms. So you pull in, you push through. It looks weird. On my home tab of YouTube, under the tips and lessons section, so towards the bottom of the home tab, there's a drumming lessons playlist. That one has a video called This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming, and it's got better camera angles so you can actually see what I'm doing, as well as some extra like stretches for like rotary grips if you do traditional, or Stevens grip for marimba, etc. But now I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. And again, check out that video if you want to see a better camera angle on it. But yeah, Zeke, so what I'd recommend if you want to make your like college drum line is really focus on the technique exercises, as well as the grid variations. Don't focus your attention on the chop stuff. Maybe 10, at most 20% of your time on the chop stuff. Spend at least 50% of your time just working on the technique exercises. 30 to 40-ish% on the grid variations. Focus on rudiment on one, so like flam drag on one, or flam on one, or diddle on one, etc. And you can do both the forward version and the backward version, which is 1, 2, 4. That's the backward version. Now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm, so you could do it like this, or you could do it 2 at a time like this. Woo! So last night I heard this beatboxer do this song called Dopamine. It's beatboxer named Wing, W-I-N-G, and it's like stuck in my head now. It is so good. His like control over the EQ and whatnot, like it being able to mimic that, like just absurd. So impressive. It's a song that you would definitely hear like in a John Wick movie when he's just going on full John Wick mode. I want to listen to the song again after the stream. I don't want a copyright strike. I'm stretching fingers now, so we're just doing thumb to thumb, so this makes it go twice as fast. it's amazing to me what like beatboxers can do. Like think it back to like when I was in high school, like some people who would beatbox and whatnot. Like it was like cool. It was like, yeah, but like now you listen to it and you're like, whoa, how did you do that? What kind of potion did you take to be able to conjure up those beats? Impressive. Oh, little baby. Trying to give you an ASMR experience. It's just a tiny one. Nope, no cracks. Okay, now the last step that I do is I massage. So forearms, hands, and then fingers. So just like we were doing with stretching the forearms and then the fingers, we're just kind of working our way through that. So I got my thumb on top massaging, my fingers underneath massaging. You can also flip it over and massage like this. Work your way up and down the forearm, maybe even your bicep, your tricep. Your bicep, especially if you do traditional. So you'll notice that my bicep moves up and down. It's not like a strength building thing or anything, but it is something that moves a lot, so it might get sore if you're not used to traditional. But not as sore as like your cuticle will get on your ring finger or even your thumb might get. But, you know, don't just massage your forearm if you're tight other areas. Pro tip from a pro gamer. All right, so the next one I'm going to do is massage the palm with the thumb and the fingers and massage the back side of the hand, just kind of like working my way around. And then I got one more quick massage to do for each one of the fingers. And then the next pattern I'm going to play is pattern number 38, which is where you play a swung cymbal, snare plays the line, and the bass and hi-hat will fill in with alternating triplets. So this one is weird. It's not a pattern that you would play for a full chart like I'm about to do. It's just something that you would do for like a fill. Maybe a couple of measures. Maybe a big hit. But certainly not for a full chart. Base the tip of each one of the fingers. Just massaging at least 2 times. Do 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 do. Thank you for the like on the vertical. We'll get back to playing here in a second. I'm not sure what those mean. You're cold while you are inside of a tropical place. That's cool. Here we go. Next pattern. Okay, so the next one, number 38. Let me paste it in here so you can actually see it. And there. What am I going to play? The thing that is right above me. So what I'm going to play is... So, like at the beginning of the stream, I mentioned that like a very basic ding, 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 and you read through the pattern on the snare. Cool. So for this one, what we're going to do is same thing with the hands. Ding, 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 ding. But now this time, with the feet, you're going to fill in whenever you're not playing on the snare with triplets. So we're going to go triplet, 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 triplet. So with the hi-hat on the foot, but if you play this on like double bass, you'd have triplet, 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 while ding, 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 etc. Okay? It's a little rough, which is why, on average, it needs a lot of work, and which is why I am practicing it. So this time we're going to play it at 90 again. Sure, that sounds great. Okay, so we're going to go back to my home tab of YouTube. There's over 2,000 exercises, play-alongs to use for your chops, over 1,000 grid variations. This is where we're practicing. There's marching bass, there's drumline cadences, there's hundreds of technique exercises, and then there's over like 13 hours of drumming tips and lessons, and a few hundred live streams if you want to see me have myself and things I'm not good at yet. Now, in the limb independent section, we're going to the swung charts, which are towards the bottom, and we're doing at 90, so we're going to go inside of this playlist from 60 to 99. And since I just played charts 16 through 20, we'll just go ahead and do the next one in order. so I can practice sight reading, stuff that I'm not good at yet. Thank you for the like on the YouTube horizontal. Now, in the timestamps of all these thousands of play-alongs are BPMs, so you can jump to whatever BPM you want. I want to play this at 90, so I'm going to click, and it's going to count me off. You can't hear the play-along, but it's going through my headphones, so it's there. So let's do this. 2, 1, 2, ready, and so ding, ding, ding. We're reading the patterns with the snare drum. The feet, both the bass drum and the hi-hat, are going to fill in with alternating triplets, strict alternating, for every one of the notes. 1, 2, wish me luck. Okay, so now I'm going to put it on the double bass so you can actually hear what's going on here. And we're still going to play the exact same thing with the feet, but now you'll be able to hear the left foot better because we're not playing it on the hi-hat. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Sweet! You'll subscribe to me? Nah, I don't. I'm not a monkey that dances. I'm here to practice. I'm here to help out. If you want to learn from somebody who's taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student who's been drumming for nearly 30 years, stick around. But I'm not like a monkey who's like, do this thing for me now and I'll subscribe. Nope. Another thing that I don't do on these streams, like this is my video on my channel, so like I'll like play along to all my thousands of play-alongs because I own the copyright for it. But if you technically do like a cover of anybody else's song, You need to have mechanical licensing in order to actually be able to put it on YouTube. Otherwise, you can get a copyright violation or even a takedown. So I don't do reacts and whatnot because of that. Can I play? Nah, I just said I don't do covers of other people's songs. You get copyright violations for that. I don't want to get a copyright violation when I've got thousands of drumming videos that people can play along to. That would be bad. Don't want my channel taken down. And... Yeah! Weird one, right? So again, if you're playing it on double bass when you're doing this, it's a little bit easier to hear that what your foot is doing with a hi-hat, but don't play that for a full chart. Just play that for maybe a fill or two. So mostly technically proficient, whereas mainly screwing up is where I was like talking while playing, which is maximum effort with my brain. The letter A got blocked. Let's go ahead and show the letter A. Good morning, Tyler. Next one that I'm not good at yet is number 39. Oh yeah, this one is an interesting one. It's not as weird as 39.1. Stay tuned for that one. But this one's weird enough as is. Okay, so what exactly is going on here? So the pattern is a 4/4 over 3/4 while you're playing it. So what you're doing with your feet is you're going 1, 2, 3, boom, chick, chick, 1, 2, 3, the entire time. Now we've done some patterns in the past where you're going ding, 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 ding. Number 3 chatter at your service. Well, now you're number 1. You just graduated. Congratulations. The evolution of Tyler is complete. But instead of playing normal ding, 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 we're gonna do double time while you read through the patterns on the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But the patterns in the snare drum are on 4/4. Okay, so it's a little weird, but it's a fun one. So last time we did this at what speed? 125. Cool. Let's do it at 125 again. And we're gonna go back to my home tab of YouTube. Again, there's thousands of exercises in here. We're just focusing on the limb independent section. And it's a straight pattern because we're doing a double time swung, technically. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a with the right hand. So at 125, I need to go into this straight drum charts, 100 to 159. And there's 55 different charts in there. Nice, we got all sorts of drums, emotes. I appreciate that you got the red color of my wife's drum kit. My drum kit over there is black. It's not as pretty, as fun to look at. Okay, so we're going into here. Timestamps. 1:25. 4/4 hands. 3/4 feet. Wait till we get to 39.1. That takes it to a whole nother level that melts my brain. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this pattern in the feet just repeats ad nauseum. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and brain broken sounds. Yeah. Tyler, just wait till the next one though. The next one, you might see a little red liquid come out of my earphones because my brain is melting. 1, 2, ready, and this is a bassist, so your bassist this confuses you? Yeah, on the drumming, the limb independence playlist, there's a video that shows how to develop this limb independence, which you could also do with bass. You're hearing a walking line? That's funny. Yeah, it's cool how like different instruments you'll hear like different things. Like back when I practiced marimba, like I'd hear that in playing, but now I don't play that anymore. 1, 2, ready, and when I was learning like different programming language, I would like play a video game and be like, wait, how would I write that in Java or Scratch or Swift or whatever? This is really hard to talk while playing in 3/4 over 4/4. Not gonna lie. Alright, last one. Hey Tyler, I appreciate you stopping in, no worries. As always. A 2, a 1, 2, here we go. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would like her too, like her too, like her too. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, then you would like her too, like her too, like her too. Little Easter egg in there. Okay, so that was a little weird, right? It's a fun one, though. Wait till you see this next one. Hey, we graduated from that. Look. So it was meh on average, but now I can skip it next time. It's technically proficient. So we've played it enough times overall where it sounds decent. Once I get through all like 50 plus of these from Dom's book and they all sound technically proficient, the goal is to make them all sound musical. So that's you know, the end goal. Now we're going to get extra wacky. So this one, I need to slow down because I need more time for my brain to process. So this one is not in Dom's book, but it's something that like we did in lessons when I took lessons from him. And it is so weird. We're going to try it at 100 again. So the pattern, same thing, same idea. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But now when you're reading through it, the downbeat of every bass drum, so every 3 notes, you're going to switch to a different drum. So for example, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The reason why this is weird is because you're going to be reading in 4/4, so you're going to be changing every 3 notes. Which is not going to line up with the measure. So this one is rough, to say the least. Okay, so we're going to go back to the home tab of YouTube, and we're going to play this at 100. But Dennis, I'll show you the video that I recommend if you want to like experiment with limb independence, which you can play with like any instrument and whatnot. Like I used to, when I used to teach elementary band, I would play drum kit with the feet. So like a Baião, like boom, 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 and I'd play like trumpet or like flute, etc. So like the kids can model after me while I was playing like a beat. Oh, why do they have the holes in them? Good question. So the reason why the cymbals have holes in them is because they're the low volume cymbals, so the L80s by Zildjian, and they make it so that you don't annoy everyone around you in a 5-mile radius. And then these are the Remo silent stroke heads, which means they're like mesh heads. So these also have like holes in them because of the mesh. And I'm running it on a drum trigger so I can like change the sound effects of stuff. So it's like an acoustic hybrid. But this makes it just super quiet. So you can practice these with like in an apartment complex, etc. And it'll be significantly lower volume. So my wife can literally be in the next room, like on the phone, and like the people on the phone can't even tell that I'm drumming, practicing. So, but anyways, so under the limb independent stuff, every one of these playlists in here, the second video shows you how to develop limb independence. So like a step-by-step process for doing it. So you can, you know, just kind of take your time learning it. It might take like 3-4 hours to be able to read these charts. But over time, you'll be able to do it. Now, I'm starting with more complicated stuff from Dom's book. But again, like start with the basic stuff. Like you can even like 1, 2, 3, 4 and start just bit with a bass drum, reading. Or then you're like, all right, cool, I got that down. We'll do like the one that I did the other day where you do a V pattern, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you just read the chart with a foot on the bass drum while you just keep the ostinato pattern. You can make it more complicated, whatever you want, etc. Okay? So start with the videos that's in there, and that can help you out with that. So I'm going to play straight patterns at 100, and that was what, 26 through 30, I think? So I'm going to do 31 through 35. And again, now I'm switching every 3 notes to a different drum. And because I'm doing these at 100, that's the very first BPM, so I'll just set it at the beginning. This one is super difficult. I definitely will not be able to talk while playing through this one. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. this keeps going every 3 notes with the bass drum. I'm ideally going to switch the drum from snare to tom. Ready, and... There's a little baby bird that flew by. Did you hear that? It went, ah! It's weird. Sometimes they just pop into the streams when I'm playing these charts. Okay, so this is maximum effort from my brain. We're using all 100% of it, maybe even 110. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Read that wrong. Okay, and if I did this correctly, the bass drum should line up with the downbeat of the drum right here on the line 2, on the 3rd chart. If I did not do it correctly, we'll find out here in a moment. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and yeah, we did it. Yeah, I appreciate that, Dennis. Thank you. Yeah, there's thousands of exercises on there, so, like, if they have any questions on, like, what should I use to practice this or to practice that, just, like, leave a comment or stop by a live stream. I'm happy to, like, point to some exercises that can help with whatever. Thank you, though. I rushed that. Oh, I totally read that wrong. I'm so sorry. Hooked on Phonics did not work for me. Alright, last chart. So my biggest issue, aside from like reading like a wrong rhythm, is like I will anticipate the bass drum coming, and I will like switch the drum too early or just like slightly too late, and then I'm like, no. I die a little on the inside. 1, 2, ready, and. Yes, I anticipated that again. Mostly technically proficient. My brain melted a little bit on some of them, but I'm making progress on this. Considering how bad it was previously, the growth is noticeable. So, yay. Cool, let's do another one. So this one is not as, like, brain-bending weird, but let me paste it in here so you can actually see what it is. So again, this is out of Don Moyle's book, 50 Ways of Syncopation. So this is pattern number 40. And we're going to do it at 115. Okay, sounds great. So the pattern that I'm doing, ding, 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 cool. Okay, so now we're going to do quarter note triplet in the snare drum. This is not the melody. These are the ostinato patterns. You're going to play the melody in the eighth notes on the left foot and the quarter note and longer on the right foot. So etc. Okay? Okay? So, that's the plan with this. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Just lots of practice. And you can find that on all of my, like, the live streams that I keep up in the drumming live streams playlist. You can hear me play some really bad stuff. For instance, this might be a really bad play along. We'll find out. Okay, so this is just quarter notes. Now let's put on the offbeat. It's weird with that going on. Okay, so this is not the melody, so I'm going to keep the hands low and really try and focus on the feet going on here. If you want an extra challenge, one of the things that Dom would do with some of the students is technically a 5-way independence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2-way independence. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is now 4-way independence, where we're doing the 4, 4 over the 3, 4. Now I'm gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. And that becomes 5-way independence. So it was like a fun little challenge that Dom would do with students. If you are so inclined to work on that, you can. And click. If you could get a free minute to get a lesson, you'll take it. Yeah, I mean, study with whoever is available in your area. There's also a lot of people who like teach online. Like I used to teach privately, but I don't anymore because all my teaching I want to be able to do for free. So rather than working with like one person individually, I'd rather be able to create content that anyone can use. So like if you have questions, like feel free to stop by future streams or leave comments, and I will often answer those comments in a stream. And there's these scripted drumming lessons. There's only like a few of them in there, but there's like over, I think 14 hours now of drumming tips inside of here. So if you're inside of here, this playlist, there's just under 100 videos right here that have been questions from people in the live streams or in my comments section, where I have like, oh, here's how to work on tenor playing zones, or here's how to like work on like prepare for drumline auditions, etc. So like there's a lot of different topics in here. that have been from all these different streams that I've done that people have asked, because I'll edit those responses down to a concise answer. If you see a video that says members first, by the way, they're all scheduled to release for free. So I want to be 100% AdSense supported. So if you see a members first one, you could sign up for 99 cents. That's the lowest I can make it on YouTube, the lowest price. But I promise they're all coming out. There's like 460-ish of them. So it might take a year and a half, but this one comes out tomorrow. This one comes out next Friday. And then there's like a new play along every single day. Any tips for practicing left foot hi-hat independent specifically? Yeah, so good question, Juan. So in the limb independence section, any one of these playlists has a video, the second video, that shows you how to develop limb independence. So this is from a stream that I did a while ago. How long ago? 10 months ago. And I edited it down so I show each one of the steps. So like this is step 1, and then it goes into step 2, step 3, step 4, through each one of the steps. But I'll just give you a very quick overview for people who are interested in it. So what I'd recommend to work on your left foot independence, like let's say you're ding, 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 and you're trying to get it so that your foot can play any kind of pattern like I'm about to do. If you go into, sorry, there's 2 of me talking. If you go into this 8th note timing playlist, and let's say you're working on it swung or straight, you can use any one of these. But down here, if we're in straight, I'm going to go to, I don't know, permutation variation 4. Cool. So what you do is you play this whole chart with the play along with just your foot. And go slow if you need to. Like this starts at 40 and goes all the way up to 240, one click at a time to work on this. So Juan, when you're doing this, ding, 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 ding. So this is just like playing from starting right here, and it slowly goes through it. If this is too complicated, then just do what I have done in like even a stream like 2 weeks ago, I think, and just sit there with like just one measure and just like turn on a metronome, ding, 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 and just work on whatever the pattern is with the foot, etc. But yeah, if you have questions about any of the steps that I outline in this video on how to develop limb independence, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify things. Happy to help out with that. But this should get you started with it, and then use these permutations to be able to work on it. And then eventually you'll be able to read some of these charts. So for example, I'll show you what one of the later steps looks like for developing limb independence right now. So the pattern is a 115. So, whoops, not grid. Silly Jared. So limb independence, I'm going to the swung charts, 100 to 159. And I think I just did that chart, so let's do this one, 36 to 40. Sure. In the timestamps, I'm going to set it to 115. It'll count me off. So again, ding, 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 while playing quarter note triplets. I can't talk. And reading the pattern short on the hi-hat, long on the bass drum. 2, ready, and... So I'm going to keep the hands low so you can hopefully hear through the mics, like the hi-hat in particular. That one can be a little quiet. But the melody's in the feet for this one. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Now, thank you for all the reacts on the YouTube vertical. But the hard part of this is the quarter note triplet. While you're... It's weird, but again, it's not the melody, so just keep it like ghost note. Let me actually pause to show you something neat about this. Thank you, Antonio, for the sub on YouTube. So each one of these in the chart, what it's doing is you're playing a line right here, and then you're displacing it by an eighth note. So it's the exact same thing, but now it's on the upbeat. So if you listen to the melody there, you're like, wait, that sounds the same. Boom, boom, bup, 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 bup. Great. And then you do it again, but now it's landing on the upbeat for here. So same thing for here. So this line is the same thing as the next line. Displaced, permutated is another way of describing that, over by an eighth note. And then same thing for the last two lines. Permutated, shifted over by an eighth note. So little tip there when going through this particular chart. That's what's going on there. Cymbals are always on the same measure. Yeah, so the ostinato does not change when like doing a pattern. So like in this one, the ding-ding-a-ding, it just stays the same. And the melodies and the feet for this particular exercise. Oops. Read that wrong. Dennis, that's an awesome idea, practicing the bass when playing along with this. Any of these charts, like you'll hear on the short, the play along has it so it's the snare drum on the eighth notes, and then the bass drum's on the longer notes, and it's got a ride pattern going, so you could totally like practice along to all these. There's 55 of them. So interestingly, when I'm playing this, if I think about this too much, it totally screws me up. So I gotta keep it low and just like let it go into like kind of the automaticity mode in my brain where it's just like on autopilot. Ready, and... Cool. Yeah, so all these play-alongs, again, they stay perfectly in time, and you can just practice along to them, whether you're on drum kit or bass or whatever you want to do. Sweet. So that one was mostly technically proficient. I enjoyed playing through it. Hey, we graduated from that one too. Wow, that's 3 of them that we graduated from today. Success. So that means next time I will skip it, because again, we're not playing through the ones that sound good consistently. We're playing through the ones that don't sound good. This is not a swing. This is just swing cymbal. Cool. So next time we'll do that one, and then we're gonna do some newer ones that I don't even know what they are. Stay tuned for that. I'm gonna do a quick review of one that is comfortable. So let's go with this one. It's like one of my absolute favorite ones. You'll see. It bops. So Baião foot patterns. You're like, what is that? You know, the thing. What thing? Yeah, you know, the thing. All right, so last time we did a 200 and it was technically proficient. Let's try it. This might not go good. We're going to try it at 210. Okay, so what am I doing here? So the Baião foot pattern. Right, left, both. 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 Ooh, yeah. On the ride pattern, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a... It bops, right? And then all you do is you just read the patterns with the left hand. I say as if it's simple. Technically it is, but the execution is a little difficult. All right, so we're going to go back to the home tab of YouTube. And we're going to scroll down past all these other play-alongs. We're going to the limb independence one. This is a straight pattern, so I'm going to use the straight charts instead of the swung ones. And because I'm playing at 210, I'm going to go into this one. And we just did 36 through 40, so we'll just do 41 through 45. And we're going to go into here, and we're going to say 210. Wish me luck. This might be ambitious. I need to focus. 2, 1, 2, ready, and. This is the ostinato. This is a pattern that doesn't change. The left hand plays the snare part. This one might be too tough. This one's a hard one, especially at this speed. I left off a couple notes. I'm sorry. Unsubscribe. I understand. No mistakes allowed. 1, 2. Here we go. Now I am adding in some different timbres, textures, changes, and whatnot. You can't really hear it because of the drum trigger. 1, 2, ready, and... That's a weird one. I can say that. I wrote it. 1, 2, 45. Fun, right? I like it. Okay, so that's the Baião. It was mostly technically proficient. I was adding in some musicality in there by like adding in some different crush strokes and whatnot. But you can't really hear that on the drum module that much. So again, this is from all of these different patterns that we have here. are from Don Moyle's book. And it's this one. So 50 Ways of Syncopation by Don Moyle. So in it, he's got these like 50 different things that I've written out for myself in this particular spreadsheet. And you can actually like find your own version of the spreadsheet. So if you could scroll on my home tab down to the tips section where we've got a lot of different tips in here. There's, which number is it? That one. So number 74, how journaling can help drummers. So this one, I start off by talking about this spreadsheet and how I'm using it to like keep track of my playing so I can improve over time by focusing on the stuff that doesn't sound good yet. So for example, number 16 and 17 right here, when I was doing this particular stream, those did not sound good, but we have since graduated from number 16 and 17, where on average they are technically proficient, as opposed to in the past they were meh or needs a lot of work. So you're able to kind of keep track of your progress by using this spreadsheet. Now, you can make a copy of that if you use this second link right here, and this will like ask you as soon as you click on it, like, hey, do you want to create a copy of this template? And then you can put in whatever limb independence or exercises or whatever you want using this. So even like Dennis, for your bass playing, you can be like, I want to work on like this scale, and you can keep track of like, well, how did it sound? What speed was I playing at? Whatever, using that to do that. So some recommendations or stuff in this first part of the video on how to use it. Now, the first link that's at the top of every one of my play-alongs, all thousands of them, takes you to here, which is jaredoleary.com/drum, which is my website. This is where I can organize things neater than when I can on YouTube. So, for example, there's 62 chop exercises in here if you play like rudimental drumming, which is my main instrument. Drum kit I've barely spent any time on. We've got over 1,000 grid variations, 419 for triplet, 577 for 16th note. We got 36 for wacky stuff like Herta grid variation if you want to work on stuff like that. We've got all the limb independent stuff right here. Every single one of these playlists links to this video as the second link, or the second video, on how to develop limb independence. So if you want to like learn what I recommend for practicing that, watch that video. There's just under 500 marching bass exercises. There's some drumline cadences. There's just under 400 technique exercises. Like if you want to work on endurance and speed, check that one out. If you want to work on your roll timing, check that one out. If you want to work on, I don't know, stick control, check that one out. So they're all organized into like different sections of different topics of things that you can practice to improve your playing. And if you want some more tips on like how to actually use these things when you're practicing, this playlist again has over 13 hours of drumming tips in here. And then here's some scripted lessons like how to hold traditional grip, how to hold a drumstick, blah, 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 blah. And then since you're asking about it, if you go to /gear, this is where you can actually find some books and gear that I recommend. So if I scroll down past the books, here's the cymbals that I was using, and here's the heads that I'm using. So these are the low volume cymbals and the silent stroke heads that make it so that you don't annoy everyone around you. And then the sticks on drum kit I use are the Jack D Jeanettes. But I'm going to call it here, and I'm going to get ready for a new game today. So I'm going to be streaming the game called Stray. And yeah, so we'll be doing that here in probably 15 or 20 minutes. I got to like rearrange the desk and whatnot so I can get ready for that. But if you enjoy this content, you can share my website, or you can just share my YouTube channel just to help other people. I don't sell a book. I don't sell a course. I don't sell an app. I don't teach privately anymore. I'm just trying to create this stuff for free. The only thing that is technically not free are the members first videos, but it's 99 cents. And more importantly, they're all scheduled to release for free. Because there's a few hundred of them, I don't want to release those all on one day. People would just be like, no, I'm good. But a new one daily. So every single one of those members first videos, all 400 and some odd of them, that say members first, are all scheduled to release. So you don't have to pay for them to come out. But anyways, I'm going to call it here. I appreciate y'all. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. And yeah, they do look really cool. I agree with you. It's neat, especially because you can like see through them and whatnot. But yeah. And you know, they make it so that you don't annoy everyone around you. Thankfully, my wife's a drummer, so like she doesn't get annoyed by it. Like this is her drum kit. Mine's over there. But if you have neighbors in an apartment, this will help you. I mean, maybe don't play at like 2 a.m., maybe 3 a.m., but you know. Anyways, I'm going to call it. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good day, and goodbye.